I'm Jason, the world is yours, and today we have a story about Jake Paul versus Nate Diaz boxing match has been made official for August 5th, 2023. After a period of speculation dating back to even before Nate Diaz's departure from the UFC last September 2022, a boxing match between a fan favorite MMA star, Nate Diaz, and YouTuber turned boxer Jake Paul is now official. Jake Paul took to social media on Wednesday to announce the fight, promising to make August 5th, 2023, a quote-unquote funeral for Nate Diaz. The contest, which will air globally on DAZN pay-per-view, is set for only 8 rounds and will top a card slated for Dallas, America Airlines Center. Okay, that's interesting. This is going to happen in Dallas. The bout will be fought at 185 pounds. With 10-ounce gloves. That's interesting because Nate Diaz he was a welterweight in UFC. He competed at 170 pounds. So we haven't seen Nate Diaz at 185 pounds that I know of. You can see the tweet here. I don't feel like we have to go into too much of the rest of the story. Let's just get into the fight. Like, there's nothing else going on there. You can see the tweet from Jake Paul. August 5th will commemorate the funeral for Nathan Diaz as we send him in a casket back to Dana White. How about that? Refreshments will be provided at the service. Black tie attire. That's funny. Watch Paul Diaz live on DAZN pay-per-view globally. You can see the tweet right here, August 5th. Yeah, this is interesting. We saw Nate Diaz last fight in the UFC. It was versus Tony Ferguson. Last September, he defeated Tony Ferguson. And then we saw Jake Paul last fight, I believe. When was that, in January? February? It was recent, right? And Jake Paul fought Tommy Fury in the UK, and I believe he lost that fight, right? He lost on the scorecards. I thought it was a unanimous decision, but I believe it was like a split decision. But Jake Paul is coming off of a loss to Tommy Fury. Some people thought that he would rematch Tommy Fury, but Nate Diaz got the bag. I gotta be, I don't know if this makes the most sense. It feels like, some of the Jake Paul social media engine has died off after his loss to Tommy Fury. A lot of people are going to say, hey, look at Jake Paul now ducking Tommy Fury. Maybe Nate Diaz saw something, obviously, in the Tommy Fury loss, and Nate Diaz is like, hey, this is probably a better time to fight Jake Paul instead of him coming off of a win over Tommy Fury. But let me know, who do you think is going to win this boxing fight? Like I said, this is the first time we'll see Nate Diaz at 185 pounds. We have to see what he looks like. And, obviously the promotion for this fight, it's going to be crazy. We're here in April, so April, May, June, July. We have 4 months of promotion between these two fighters. Obviously the press conferences are going to be crazy. Social media is going to be crazy. I'm going to say I'm leaning towards Nate Diaz winning this fight in a boxing match. But let me know your opinion of this fight. Who do you think is going to win? Jake Paul or Nate Diaz in a boxing match August 5th, 2023. I'm Jason, the world is yours, and today we had a story about Jake Paul versus Nate Diaz boxing match has been made official for August 5th, 2023. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the $1 donation button, and please tune in to the next video on this channel. Thanks a million for watching.